Déjame, ya lo ves, me convertí en un salvaje. Ya tú sabes. Déjame, ya lo sé, me convertí en un salvaje, salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Ya tú sabes. Déjame, ya lo sé, me convertí en un salvaje, salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Ya tú sabes. Déjame, ya lo sé, me convertí en un salvaje, salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Ya tú sabes. Déjame, ya lo sé, me convertí en un salvaje, salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Ya tú sabes. Déjame, ya lo sé, me convertí en un salvaje, salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Ya tú sabes. Déjame, ya lo sé, me convertí en un salvaje, salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Ya tú sabes. Déjame, ya lo sé, me convertí en un salvaje, salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Ya tú sabes. Déjame, ya lo sé, me convertí en un salvaje, salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Ya tú sabes. Déjame, ya lo sé, me convertí en un salvaje, salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Ya tú sabes. Déjame, ya lo sé, me convertí en un salvaje.
Let's do it, man. Coño, you gotta fade into that, doggy. How you gonna just cut? We live? We good? Is it a hundo? Somebody put me on, man. Put me on there, Carlos. Are we good?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. What's the fucking deal? 8th episode, straight from the horse's mouth. You already know what time it is. Let's get into the fucking questions. As people follow in here, I am with El Gorilla. Jason Reyes. This guy's a killer. Get ready for this shit. Either way, first question. Oh, that's me. Here we go. I always do that same bullshit. There you go. All right. Pull says. AJ Serrano. All I got to see is fuck Billy the bitch. Don't be such a jerk, man. Yeah, holla back. What Joe Hone 91. What to do if it's your first time visiting Miami? Damn, I'm 36, bro. I would tell you, like, you catch me now with Flanagan's, with Joe's Meal Deal. Nah, but if you're visiting Miami, bro, let me see. I can't sell you all like that. Don't go to the beach. Don't go to the beach. That's not what it used to be. So Gables, bro, hit Coral Gables, bro. I guess, Hillstones. I don't, goddamn, that sucks. I'm out of, oh, look.
How old is he?
How, yeah. Let me see this motherfucker's picture. Cause I don't know. This looks like one of those BDSM candidates, hit us up with your age, and I'll tell you what the fuck to do in Miami. That's a good point. What is your biggest pet peeve? I mean, fucking ever? You know, I wish you would have narrowed that down. That is from Jessica Real for Life. Jesse Real for Life. What is my biggest pet peeve? Unmanicured toes.
Nasty ass feet.
I mean, pedicured toes. Good one, buddy. Which one?
Nasty ass feet.
Nasty ass. Bro, if you don't wanna put paint on your nails, fine with me. But the toes, it's like, bro, this isn't Woodstock.
No.
You know?
Cuídate.
By the way, I only said it because I got fucking cute ass feet for a guy, okay? Don't come at me. Alpha Juliet, tell the truth. How many lenguazos per second? You already know, bro. The average is 50. It doesn't go below that. 50. Stop being such an enferma. Jesus. Enferma. Just Real for Life. Why are they calling Dr. Seuss racist? Listen, as far as I know, apparently there's a lot of Oriental-ish looking characters on his shit. He refers to him as yellow. I don't know. He had another fucking caricature of, two black people boxing. He put them as gorillas. I think it's some puss ass shit. I think that the fact that this is what, is swarming the headlines, it's a testament to the fucking administration in power. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You know the shit that they were talking about Trump at this point in time in the first 100 days? The fuck out of here. They're going to be talking about Dr. Seuss and Potato
Head, bro. If people do the research, he was very anti-racist, Dr. Seuss.
If people did the research.
People took the time.
Yeah. Come on,
and
man.
did the research, they would find that he was very anti-racist.
Incredible. And I would love for you to put me up on game with that because, yeah, get it closer. How do Cubans say sauerkraut? Sauerkraut. I mean, yeah, I'm sure she's referring to un balsero.
Yeah.
Sauerkraut. That's a good one. 305XO87. Shout out to Governor Greg Abbott for opening Texas up como un pingú. Fuck Biden. Zero inaccuracies in that one. Yep. Monsuda 82709. What's up with those fucking numbers? Okay, la verdad, have you ever te has cagado un huevo? Have you ever gotten one of your nuts dirty with shit? The truth. I think she's asking if I got my nuts dirty while taking a shit ever in my life.
How is that possible?
I have no what kind of fucking mojones are you shitting out, bro? Like, do these things just
do they twirl?
No, they stick to the fucking to the gooch and just roll down your balls.
Like, were you sitting on the toilet or did you have underwear on?
Fuck.
Because that'd be the only way.
This is definitely one of the people that wipes their ass from forward back. They're being All right. Red Batty for life. Do you think democracy is bullshit? In its technical sense, yeah. Sure, democracy is bullshit. I mean, at the end of the day, you're really not choosing the majority of the shit that you think you're choosing. But fuck you. Go live in another country and come tell me that this ain't as good a democracy as there is.
Yep, you have no idea how good you have it.
Shit. And you'll find out in about another 5 minutes. What will you be doing for 305 Day? What the fuck is 305 Day? I live in Miami. Every day is fucking 305 Day, guy. Billy the Beta es tremendo como pinga equivocado. Can't stand him. I agree. Margie, not a question, but I just saw you crossing the street to Flanny's and Kendall. I was getting a cut across the street. Yeah. Holy shit, that's funny. Vice City Tease. How did you become such a loca? Or were you born like that? Man, I think it's when my parents divorced and my father wasn't around like that. I said, fuck that shit, and my influences became like my friends around me and shit. And that's when I really, I said, fuck that. Last question. Why don't you put call-ins into the podcast? Kind of like Howard Sternish vibe. Calm down, bro. We're working on that. We're working on that. We got to get a second round of that loan, and then we can hire more people. Get off my dick. In order to take calls, I got to get a screener to get all these fucking clowns that are going to call in to talk shit. Holla back. With that said, one more time, thank you for tuning in to the 8th episode of Straight from the Horse's Mouth. Today, I am here, and I want you to know, I didn't know this guy from a hole in the wall. So he walked through the door of the studio today, but we had an IG relationship, no homo, and he reached out and he goes, yo, what's up? You down to do a podcast one day? And I'm like, obviously, the first thing I'm wondering is, what the fuck do you do? What's your background? Why the fuck would I do a podcast with you? Because not to hi-hat anybody, but we want to have an interesting conversation. Buddy tells me he's a veteran. I go into his profile, I start looking through his pictures, and homie looks like the real life version of all the characters that Dan Elbazarian played in like Hey Squad and shit. Buddy looks like a killer. Go check him out. Blast his name. Actually, put the camera on him and let him tell his Instagram to the people. To the people, and tell them what branch you were in, dog, before you start talking shit. And start saying hoorah and shit like that, dog.
No, I was not a Marine. I was in the Army.
Exactly. Introduce yourself, man.
My name is Jason, born and raised in Miami.
It's not Jason Bourne.
No.
Not Jason Bourne.
Not Jason Bourne.
Jason Reyes.
Yes.
Okay. Before we start with that pussy ass shit, dog.
I get that shit all the time.
All right. Of course, guy. That's the most basic shit to tell you. Tell them you told them your Instagram?
Oh, Instagram is jray_444. Always keep it clean, very uplifting. JREY_444.
Holla back. Now listen, like I told you, bro, I didn't know from a hole in the wall, but homie told me exactly what he did, how he served the country, and I said, get the fuck out of here, of course. Come on the podcast. I know this is gonna. You have more fucking stories to tell than I've forgotten to tell shit. So
not really much of the stories, to be honest, man. It's just your perspective and the appreciation you have after the fact.
100%.
That's what I like. That's what I like to share and try to get, come across to people.
Well, I want to start by at least give us a breakdown, because I'm telling you that a lot of people watching have no fucking clue between the difference in branches, for example.
The Army does not pretty much everything, but most of. We're the biggest branch of all of them. And you have the Marines, then the Navy and the Air Force. They all have their specialty branches in between each one. But us being the biggest one, everybody else is kind of like a little brother. That's what the Marines are. That's what we call them.
Yay! Shots fired. Those are subliminal shots fired.
I have a lot of them that are good friends, love them to death, but it is what it is. When they get into some shit, they call Big Brother to come get them out of trouble. It is what it is.
That's what's up. And that's what's up. Okay, what age did you get in there?
I went in my early 20s.
Early 20s?
Yeah.
And where was your first tour?
Iraq.
Yeah.
Was there for a while, almost a year and a half.
A year and a half?
Almost. Came close. And then in Afghanistan also.
How long in Afghanistan?
About a year. And then, came home for a couple weeks and then went back.
What's the craziest shit you saw in Iraq?
You see a lot, You get kind of desensitized after a while.
Oh, without a doubt.
But it's controlled chaos.
Yeah, you have to fucking make the best out of
Of very, very little.
Un relajo.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so, my first time going, you really appreciate home. You know what I mean?
No.
You go over there
I can
and
just imagine, bro.
And, when the first thing people ask me, they're like, how was it? And I was like, well, you know what?
What the fuck does how was it mean, though?
What is what?
What does how was it mean, bro? Like, when people ask that shit to somebody that just came from a tour
Like the first,
in the army, like, how do you, like, I would want to be more specific with my question.
The first thing I would say is, like, you say, oh, you heard somebody says, I hate you. And they're like,
you've gotten that?
over there,
Oh, over
it's
okay.
that it's genuine. Like, they don't like you. Some do. Some are grateful, but some do not like you. They really don't. And you feel it. You could cut it with a knife in the air.
Of course, it's a prejudice that
It's regardless what purpose you're there or not. Done. They don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It is what it is. They don't appreciate your presence there,
and does it ever become physical?
A lot
with the distaste, and
it does a lot.
Let me ask: the distaste is it with Americans or American soldiers, or the fact like the occupancy? Like
a lot of it more is with the occupancy.
They don't think you should be there.
Yeah, they don't appreciate us being there. Yeah, when we're there, we cause a lot of shit. Not intentionally, but you have missions and
you carry out your fucking duty.
I want to come home.
Hey, but given that, so. Because I know, I understand you and anybody else, serving, you're going to carry out your fucking duty no matter what. But do you feel that your service there, your time there, was with purpose? Like that what your country sent you out to do, it was, and I'm not asking you with an opinion, because I really don't fucking know.
Like when I went in, I went in because I wanted to. That was some of the best years of my life, regardless of how hard it was.
But I'm asking about once you got sent into Iraq, let's say like 75% of your way in there, did you feel like, yo, we came here for the right reasons and we did what we needed to do?
You have your days, to be honest with you. Some days yes, some days no. You know what I mean? Like regardless of who your commander-in-chief is and how much you agree or disagree, I was there when Bush was in office, and I was also there when Obama was in office. I know how it is to operate freely, and I know how it is to operate with my hands tied. You know what I mean? So you see you see both sides of the table.
Hey, now that you bring up Obama and Bush, because I remember, bro, Bush was the first president that I was able to vote. Won't forget it. I was in a college out in Texas at the time. Republicans in that time were always looked at as warmongers. I think we kind of still are, but I don't think the Democrats really focus or hit on the warmongering, because they understand that's a part of life now.
It is.
That's a part of life.
It is.
Don't come with that puss ass shit. You gotta put your foot down, especially this day and age. So again, I guess my question is, have you picked up, and give me your opinion on it, have you picked up on how the Republican Party has almost switched or kind of got on the same side as Democrats when it comes to war and all these certain topics? Like before, Democrats and liberals were the people that were skeptical of government. Do you remember this shit?
If you look out throughout history, you'll see more Republicans are more, they're going to push funding toward the military. Democrats are always going to take away. Or, they want to reroute, I'll say.
Which, by the way, I know that's what Republicans do. I don't always agree with it either, because the whole chaining thing was some fuck shit. But needless to say, I don't want to take you off topic.
No, absolutely not. But to get back to what you were saying, you see the differences. You know what I mean? And not necessarily warmongering. I mean, when you're there, you start to see and realize certain things. You know what I mean? It's but it's a never-ending fight. You know,
In what
it's,
sense?
It's
In
been
what sense?
they've been fighting for over 2,000 years.
Yeah. Since the Crusades, these motherfuckers have been fighting.
You know, and the first time before I went, one of my commanders I was very close to at the time, he was a lieutenant colonel. Very, very smart man. Very, very smart. We used to sit and talk all the time, and I'd go to his office and we talk, and, you know, he'd be like, listen, these are the books I want you to read before we leave. I was young, you know, and you got to know your enemy and know how they work, know how they think, know how they're going to react, you know, before you go. You just can't go over there balls out. You know, it's a double-edged sword. You know, to get respect, you have to give it. That's their culture. You know what I mean? So you're going to sit and talk with a lot of older people. You have to gain respect if you want to get respect back. So, you know, you have to study.
In other words, you're saying that you guys learned and realized that you have to infiltrate the way you gain their trust is by, I don't want to say pretending, but
and actually, no, it's
learning their
yeah, like, listen,
ways of life, learning how to.
I have to respect your culture if you're going to respect me. You know what I mean? I can't.
Bro,
I can't go into your home country.
Try the fuck out of you.
No, and then expect for you to, you know, listen to everything I got to say, because then that's kind of reverting back to what's going on here in the States right now. You know, you understand me? Same thing.
I can see it.
You know, every day we live it.
It's like a relationship between you and I. I'm not gonna fucking let. I'm not gonna let you win. You know, no homo.
Of course not.
Without really actually trusting you.
Of course.
To not fucking take advantage.
Always.
So, a topic that I think, you know, might touch some buns, but since you were there, I want to ask, what's your take on the way Arabic women are treated, and Muslim women, to be more exact, because, you know, I've had this has been an issue for a while now, especially since Obama came in office, and all of a sudden we started giving so much clemency to Arab nations and pretending, you know, just turning the blind eye to what, you know, because we're a country, I think we're a country that's evolving into women empowerment. We want to empower, you know, I think we're there. And
hey, listen, but if a woman could do a man's job better than a man, she should hold the position.
By all fucking means.
You know?
By all fucking means.
I love seeing a woman that could handle her own.
100%. But given that, you know, all of a sudden, the way America turned the blind eye to the fact, as they gave, you know, they had sympathy for Arabs in the whole time after the bombings and shit. How could they turn a blind eye to the way that whole culture treats their women?
Like we just said, the fighting's been going on for over 2,000 years. That's been their standard since the beginning of time. Now, they're not all like that. Of course, just like everything you do and everywhere you go.
Absolutely not. But
everybody has their bad seeds.
Yeah, but I will say this: 70%, and it's by a reputable fucking poll. 70% of them have outright admitted that they are in favor of Sharia law.
Yeah, they are.
They're in favor of Sharia law. And if you motherfuckers go and look up Sharia law,
it's pretty intense.
I encourage you to go look up Sharia law. And 70% of them self-admittedly said, I'm in favor. Go look it up for a second. That aside, yeah. So, you know, there is a good, I'd say 30%, okay, you know, let's give or take.
Exactly. You know, Sharia law is the extreme. Like you're talking about
crazy
shit.
Go look the shit up. I don't even want to fucking talk about it because go look up Sharia law. It's what's in play right now throughout, you know, the whole Arabian Peninsula. Go look it up. That it's 70%, and go look up that study as well.
You know, it's
not
their
study,
culture.
it's a survey.
The woman leaves the house; she's completely covered. You know,
and by the way, and I heard this on Bill Maher. You know Bill Maher?
Of course.
You know, I respect him so much for actually calling it out. He goes up to him and asks him, all right, so let's say this is your religion. You do believe in this. You do believe that this is, you know, divine. Why polyester, for example? Why fucking these what are they called? Jihad, not jihad, but fucking
The jihabs?
is it jihad the face cover for the women?
Yeah.
Hajib. Fuck. They're fucking polyester. Straight polyester in the desert. Why wouldn't you make it like a fucking, like a comfortable...
They have what they have. That's it.
It's okay, and by the way, it's perfectly fine. But that's my point. All these fucking hypocritical people in America, liberals. Oh, women empowerment. And then they have all this sympathy and call us xenophobic for, you know, pointing out shit that Arabs do who believe in Sharia law, while turning a blind eye to the fact that this is how they treat not only the women, but the homosexuals in their community. Because, you know, homosexuals are non-existent in that community.
No, it's not. They're very, very badly treated. So that's why they don't make it known that they are.
And by the way, look into it. If you are gay in the Middle East, for the most part, in a lot of the countries that practice Muslim, Islam.
Yeah, you know, practice Islam that are extremely Islamic. And not saying they're extremists, but again, it's their religion.
It's part of. I'm not saying exactly.
Yeah.
They were born and raised this way.
You're talking about, you know, Iraq, Syria, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan. You know, those are the heavy that they're very into the religion, and it's black and white to them. And if you deviate from it, you're going to have problems. You know, that's a dead horse that you could beat, and nothing's ever going to change.
Don't talk about dead horses here, dog.
My apologies. My apologies, brother. My apologies. I did not mean to. But you understand what I mean.
Of course, bro. Of course, but again, you know, my whole point is I'm pointing out the hypocrisy. Like, how dare you? How dare you, you know, have sympathy for one side of their culture and turn a blind eye to
That's the politics game.
The identity politics.
Exactly.
And it's brutal.
You know, I'm gonna be one way for one thing, but I'm gonna turn a blind eye to the other.
Hey, let me ask you. You're probably the most appropriate person to ask. What's your take on the whole transgender reversal? I don't even want your opinion on what you think is right or wrong. I kind of want you to give me your take on it overall. You know, the whole, because again, you have no idea.
Like, I think once you're past a certain age and you have the free will and understanding of who you are and what you want to do, by all means, you know, listen, I'm a very open person. I don't judge anybody. You know, I don't care who you are, man. Love you the same. Cool. Do what you want to do after you're old enough. You understand who you are, what you want to do. If that's what you want to do, then do it. Absolutely. There's no questions about it. But now, you're talking about indoctrinating children. You know, a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old, they don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
A fucking 10-year-old doesn't know how to wipe their ass right yet. But then you want to, you want to be a girl? Oh, okay, this is what we're going to do then. Or a 5-year-old. Like, honestly, I think it's wrong. I think it's immoral. You know, there's already states coming out with laws against it that, you know, hey, listen, once you pass that,
what states are in favor of it right now? And obviously, what you're referring to is the puberty.
Yeah, like why are you going to give a child hormone blockers?
Yeah.
You know, at a young age, and then let's say once they hit puberty, they're still on them.
That's fucking ridiculous.
And you know, you keep going, and then all of a sudden one day they're like, no, man, I kind of want to, I am who I am. I'm a boy. I want to be a boy. Physiologically, those hormones might have caused a lot of damage from one point to the next.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. That whole fucking subject to me is so out there, ridiculous that I'd rather not touch on it because you're either for
Or you're not.
or you're not. And that's where it ends for me, bro, because I don't have a child. I don't have a child who is in the middle per se. And I personally think that all these people are borderline pushing the shit on their children. And they're all people who are of this belief to begin with.
It's more borderline. It is.
No,
it's in Congress right now.
But I think something a little more interesting is the way transgender has even fucking transcended sports now.
You see that what they were doing is 100% wrong. Because listen, you're physiologically, if you're born a male, your bone structure, your musculature, your tendon strength, your ligaments is of a male. So let's say at the age of 18 years old, you want to start doing your thing, or even before, let's say before you go into high school, even if you're in high school, because they shown it in women's sports that there was a high school kid that broke a woman's record that she was in the Olympics.
What's happening though? Just to give a little backstory here, transgender athletes have been allowed to compete in whatever sport they choose.
Para de comer tanta mierda.
It's new legislature that allows them. The thing is that the only transgender, individuals that end up doing this are
men going into women's
transgenders
sports
that used to be men and now convert to women, and all of a sudden want to compete in that sport as well.
Yeah. You can't see a woman.
You will never find the reverse. It doesn't exist. The only athletes that are trans that are still trying to compete in sports like that are trans that used to be men and are now trying to compete as women. And again, every point you made was accurate as fuck. He would know better than I do. But when you go 12, 13, 14, 15 years as a male with testosterone in your body, building muscle at the rate of a male, it doesn't matter what you do after that age. You already have the advantage that you grew muscle at the rate of a male for whatever time you grew that muscle.
And it's even worse after they're 18 years old because you've gone through puberty. You're at the peak.
No, it's...
So then let's say you get the surgery, you get the reversal done, you start going through the hormones. Okay, now I can start playing women's sports.
Imagínate, brother.
Come on, man. That's abusive.
Imagínate. And by the way, this is an issue right now because over 2 or 3 of them have competed in wrestling, in track,
and in MMA. I'm not going to say the person's name because everybody knows who it is. And listen, I'm not going to be the insensitive one. But like I said before, you've already gone through puberty. You've had the hormones of a man running through your veins. Your bone structure, your muscles, everything else. You convert, fine. But you still have the bone structure of a man, the musculature of a man.
The dolete of a man.
And you're strong, And in the fighting aspect, because I fought for the Army for a while.
Oh, you're talking about MMA.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about track. Imagínate that they're running.
Even still.
Y dolete gets across the finish line before one of the chicks. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Like
finished by a hair.
Finished by a clit.
Whatever.
Finished by a clit dick. Hey.
But, I
Can you give me vodka and ginger beer, bud? Jesus. You haven't hit a fucking sound effect in like 40 minutes, guy. Don't.
I don't think it's fair. And I'm not saying it to be insensitive or anything like that, but at the same time, it's, if a woman goes to convert to a man and gets the surgeries done and gets the testosterone and everything else, she still has the bone structure of a woman, the musculature of a woman, no matter how much she goes to the gym and everything else.
Listen, you see these male, these trans male, I hope I'm saying it right. You see these trans male athletes next to their female competitors, and it looks fucking night and day. It looks like a man next to a woman.
You could tell.
If you think that shit is cool just for the sake of, and by the way, I'm fully aware that trans go through stupid fucking psychological issues. I'm not taking away from that from a second. I know that shit is serious as fuck. But there's other ways. One suggestion I heard that I was like, why the fuck not? Why not make a trans Olympics or a trans sporting event?
Exactly.
Now you can at least compete against people that also recognize you, bro. Because how fun is it to compete against people that you feel
and you're not,
don't think that you're the actual fucking...
Exactly. And you're not trying to alienate people, but,
you don't want to take away from somebody else's fucking hard work. And
because, let's say some of these girls have, let's say, low-income families. They've busted their asses. They've gone to school. They've gotten good grades. They've gotten scholarships. So now somebody goes through, gets the surgery done. Man, you might have just taken a scholarship away from a girl that's been working for that her whole life. Just because,
straight the fuck up.
Like track and field, just because you're fast as shit.
It's just like in the Miami game. They go out, they get tremendo fucking Brazilian butt lift. They get a fat transfer, and they take away an awesome fucking guy from a girl, con una nalga triste that deserved them.
If you're into that, that's you. But you could tell it's like toothpicks and then ass. You could tell it's fake as fuck, man.
Oh, no. I was not suggesting that I like...
No, I know you're not. I know you didn't. I'm just saying it's the same thing, though.
No, I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying?
With you.
It's, I don't know.
I'm with you, brother. No fucking fat transfers of your body, okay?
Nope. All natural.
Speaking of that, how is it to fucking hold relationships when you're on a tour, dog? I want to fucking... Man. I mean, I could just imagine. Like,
it's difficult. It's hard. The biggest thing for me was the not knowing.
I could just imagine. Listen, bro,
especially, I have my son.
I have trust issues. I trust issues, and I would be el acomplejado que me están metiendo darro at all time.
Like for me, it wasn't as much as that. It's more like, God forbid something happens, and you're thousands of miles away.
Of course, this is ignorant me speaking here. Once you're actually out there and faced with that kind of shit,
but I'm
sure your perspective changes.
I had friends that it happened to, and it's sad to see. It happens,
Bro, you remember the movie Jarhead?
Of course,
right?
The videotapes.
That fucking videotape. It was, because I honestly do think, bro, that some movies throughout the course of your life are a version of trauma. When you see something, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe, I didn't know this existed. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that people were like this.
Yeah.
Bro, Jarhead, that fucking videotape, oh my God, homie.
You turn into a Jody, that's what it's called.
Oh, so explain that shit. There you go. Explain that shit. That's what the fuck I'm after.
It's,
what's a Jody?
It's somebody that's been there, that's been in those shoes, man. Yeah, man. And they find out. It's hard to see, man. It's sad.
Bro, listen, bro. Listen, dog. You're fucking my life.
The first time before I left, we all got transported to the airfield. Something with the refrigeration for the food was wrong with the plane, so we had to stay an extra day. So everybody was already under the assumption that we were gone. We left.
Gone. I know.
So one of these guys goes back home.
Fuck. And
his old lady was already in bed with somebody else.
That's fucking. Oh my God, bro. And listen, by the way,
And that was now one less person that we could take with us. Because you can't take somebody over there with that state of mind.
he didn't go back? He didn't go?
No, like he came to the unit, or our leadership found out.
Is that a dishonorable discharge?
No, it's not. It's not his fault. But they kept him on rear detachment.
Oh, okay. So he just didn't deploy.
No, of course not.
Got you.
You can't leave over there with that in your head, man.
Oh my God! Thank God, bro.
Like you have to be there.
Christ.
I would as razor sharp as possible. You can't have that shit going through your head.
Thank God, bro. Thank God. And I would imagine that's something that's more modern than anything, right? Because I'm sure back in the day they didn't give a fuck.
I mean, that's more of a thing now. Back in the days, that wasn't so much of a.
Oh, you're right. You're right about that because there was more like there was more value in staying faithful and
of course,
being an army wife
or anything in the
military
in the
wife.
Military. But
military wife.
Now they're called dependopotamuses. A dependopotamus.
Fuck. Serious?
Yeah. Unless you're with a legit good woman that you know is fucking ride or die, they're called a dependopotamus because they want those benefits.
Oh my gosh. Yickety yakety wickety wackety.
That's
Holla back.
That's
Holla
Bible.
back.
And nobody that's listening to this that served could argue with me.
Holy fuck. I mean, I don't think there is any reason to argue, bro.
They can Google it, dependopotamus, and they'll see it.
And I am by no means laughing at any motherfucker going through that, dog. Because that must be, it's one thing to be a piece of shit to your lady, dog. And she cheats on you, hey, look, bro, you always got to look at yourself in the mirror. But when you catch her on a trip like that, when you were fucking going to do, it's just, there's so many fucking psychological semantics to it.
I had one guy that, real good dude, good guy. Had his issues, like we all do, but he was a good dude. One day they call him, they're like, hey, we need to talk. And they got reports back from, our home station that she was claiming that he was dead or that he had died to try to get
a response.
Well, no, to try to get his the death benefits.
No, my God. No, bro. No.
I swear, yes,
no.
yes.
And Buddy was obviously alive and ticking, right?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Oh, I heard he this, that, and the other, and I what's the process to collect?
Fuck. Does the craziest shit happen white or Hispanic?
It's across the board, man. You can't really tell.
Yeah?
But yeah.
Fucked up across the board.
Yeah. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I don't fucking...
I saw it maybe happen more on the white side than on the Hispanic, but it happens across the board.
Because I also feel, bro, like I feel like white people, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like white people take that shit on the chin a lot better than Hispanics.
Yeah, like it's expected.
They're like, yo, fucking just roll another one off your fucking shoulder there, dog. Fuck it. How dare you do that to me, fucking Wendy?
It's not like, a lot of them are from, they're from the Midwest.
Look, the only reason I say this is because I went to college in first year Illinois, second year Iowa. Both times, first time was 40 minutes south of Chicago, suburb, Elgin, what's up. Both times, bro, small towns, and bro, it was just, I'm from Miami, bro.
It's different.
It's fucking, there's women everywhere. Get the fuck out of here. Like, please. Over there, the one bad girl, bro, there was no chance.
Yeah.
She was already wifed up, and then all it was is just a matter of time before she ended up cheating with other guys because in other words, there was a lack of women, in my opinion, as opposed to like a city like Miami where, we're a melting pot of all the South American, Latin American countries.
Yeah, it's a lot different down here.
You go up there, they're married. They're taken off the market by 17, 18.
Yeah, they're married young.
17, 18. They're infeliz as fuck. Because, I mean, if you're Hispanic and you've been around un americano that's not, familiar with our culture, for the most part, and I'm not trying them, but for the most part, son seco. They're not emotional. They're not affectionate. And it's just a different upbringing. I was around there.
Yeah.
Their mothers, my mom would call me every fucking 20 minutes when I was in Iowa.
Over there, it's different.
Oh, their moms would call them once a semester.
Yeah.
You get me? And they would write back for money, and then my mom was every 20 minutes on the next up.
The culture's different.
Oh, Babo, it's totally different, and that's it translates over to how they are and how they treat their women. Un tarro, as un gringo, un americano, is completely different than un tarro to a fucking Hispanic. Get the fuck out of here, like. And the reason I bring this up is because, again, I think of, fuck, these people you're in a situation, bro. You have one decision, bro. You either take this to the chin or, I wouldn't call it AWOL, but can you imagine having to fucking call to go home because you can't take.
Well, in a situation like that, they'll send you back.
They'll send you back?
Yeah, absolutely.
For real?
Yeah, of course.
Fuck, bro. I mean, thank God.
Yeah, you can't have somebody out there that's, not operational.
Oh, my God. Thank God.
Yeah,
Thank God that's the case.
No, yeah, because now there's other people's lives at risk.
Because I would have thought that they had to fucking, if I'm up there dealing with that, bro. Yeah, exactly what you just said. I'm going to make stupid motherfucking decisions,
They send them
bro.
home. They send them home. You have live munitions on you. You have ammo. You have a gun. You have your primary weapon. You have your secondary. The last thing you want is for somebody to take their own life because they're going through something like that. So the first thing that happens normally is, they get everything taken away. Hey, come out. Hey, turn in all your stuff. We're gonna send you back home.
Hey, were you ever close to dying? If you don't mind me asking, bro.
I mean, where I was at, we got
I
hit up a couple times.
Hold up. Number one, I understand that he was always close to dying in that situation. I don't want to fucking take away from that.
I mean, you kind of really never know.
No, I get it, but I don't want to fucking, I don't want to sound that ignorant. But for the purpose of...
I mean, I find myself very fortunate. You know what I mean? Like, I left intact. I deal with my things from day to day. I dealt with a lot more when I first came home. But, I have friends that aren't as lucky, that mentally they're not doing very well. I've had friends that have committed suicide. I have friends that are in constant pain and will be for the rest of their lives. So everybody goes through and has their own experience.
Hey, but I want to give you a chance to elaborate on that because I think it's a tribute to people that are going through this. What are some of the scenarios of what kind of episodes have you seen from your friends who suffer from this stuff? Because again, he explained that he's blessed to be back intact, and I know he means mentally as well, and I guarantee you that's just him being a hard ass. I'm sure he goes through his own things, but you can tell that he is intact. So what I'm asking is, I would love to shed a little more light on, people who actually fucking go through or have episodes because of the trauma that people might not notice is a fucking episode.
PTSD is very real. We count entrances and exits.
When you walk in places.
Yeah, you don't like having your back against doors. You're very cognizant of who's around. You study people.
It's a constant alertness, which, by the way, isn't the worst thing in the world.
No, not necessarily.
But when it triggers a point in time where you were fucking stationed somewhere else under pressure, I'm assuming that it could trigger.
It can, but that a lot of that goes away with time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to keep yourself busy. be around positive people, keep yourself mentally into the right things. That helps a lot.
And what are cues to know if motherfuckers are out of it?
Dead stares. Not hearing from somebody for a couple days. That's when you want to start making phone calls.
How about substance abuse?
Yeah, that's a huge one. That's a huge one. The constant drinking, but not you just a drink here. No, it's they're getting hammered
Binges and shit.
every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? And they somehow function like that. And then you have some that are in constant pain because they've a good friend of mine got hit by a sniper square in the chest, and he's had all types of surgeries. A friend of mine that I fought with in the Army, and he's done well for himself, but still it's constant pain, constant shit he's got to live with every day. And he's one of the better off ones. Mentally he's a strong dude, so he doesn't rely on a lot of the medication. But there's guys that
naturally
they spin off into the wrong shit.
Naturally.
Because hey, listen, it is what it is. The system has a very bad, not a bad way, but not the right way how to deal with it. When you just
you say it's not a bad way.
It is a bad way, but when you're just medicating people and not dealing with the actual problems, that is an issue. And, everybody and anybody will say
that's an issue. That's an issue when you're dealing with regular civilians. Imagine when you're, that just whatever about it with a fucking somebody who comes with that kind of trauma from fucking war, dog.
No, you have somebody that lost a limb. They're on meds for a significant amount of time. I don't understand what type of pain they're in. We're all blessed to have all 4 limbs. Only they could describe that, and even still, you don't understand. So it's things like that
and
you think about.
If you don't mind me asking, people died next to you?
No.
No.
I have friends that got wounded. Anybody that died that I was close to, that passed away, I found out about after the fact.
Did you have any boys out there
Yeah, several.
that died?
Yeah,
Sorry to hear that, dog.
several. Yeah, and it sucks, but it's
It's the truth, bro.
it's the truth.
It's reality, though.
It is a reality. There and here, it's from taking their own lives.
No. Could you imagine? You have family down here?
Yeah, everybody.
You have kids?
Yeah, one son.
That's what's up, bro. Oh, that's right. 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how's that been? How's he taking that? Because this and that, that's a whole...
He doesn't...
everything we just fucking discussed is like...
Like, he's still a baby, man. You know what I'm saying?
I know. But there's so many different elements or factors to, being someone who goes... And I'm saying this purely out of respect. You have to deal with exactly what we talked about. Then you have to deal with keeping the family together. Then you have to deal with... There's also a financial aspect. So it's like... Fuck, I guess, yeah. Tell me how it is with your kid.
It's a lot
I
to
would have
deal
to know
with.
that.
No, it's a lot to deal with. And as much as I love my son, there's a lot to still make up for. From the times I was gone.
I was going to ask you that.
And you're kind of not you when you come back.
Of course not.
So, I owe a lot to him when it comes to those aspects.
Do you feel he picks up on that?
Yeah, he's a very smart kid. Very smart. He is. And my end state, always my end goal is to be the best father to him I could be. And then one day when he gets older, to sit down and have certain conversations with him and, hey, this is what your dad did. This is who he is. This is what happened.
He doesn't know yet.
He knows I was away.
And when I say, because you said this is who your dad was, I don't want to make it seem like, but I'm just saying he doesn't know that you served and you did tours.
He does, but for a 9-year-old,
Vaguely.
he doesn't really. Yeah, vaguely. He doesn't understand what it is to be gone, and
No, I hear you.
and the lifestyle.
Okay. Damn. Were you married when you had him?
Yeah, I was.
Where did you get married again?
I was married in, I got married in what, 2010?
All right. That's what's up. What high school did you go to?
I went to Pace.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, go Spartans.
Pace?
Yeah.
Pace is Hialeah, right?
Yeah, Opalaga. Close, right next door.
Man. Pace is the Belen of North Miami.
Yeah. Yeah, except
Pace is the Belen of North Miami.
except,
Listen, bro, I
except
play
we had
baseball.
women. Except we had women there, but then doesn't have the opportunity.
Holla back. Holla back. That's funny. I just had a.
You went to Belen?
No. By no means.
Okay.
By no means. No, but I had the guy on my last podcast, he went to fucking Belen, and I was riding his ass.
The whole time.
The whole time. I was
I had a lot of good friends there. I had family that went there.
Bro, Pace. Listen, I'm a baseball player. Pace to me sticks out
Yeah.
because when I was playing there, they had the two fucking twins. Do you remember the twins?
What year was that?
Bro, one was a lefty, one was a righty. And they were Himawas.
I graduated
And they were
2001.
Ceros. I graduated 03. You had to, bro. They were like freshmen when you were there.
Probably, yeah.
Bro, they were savages. I swear to God, 1 through 91 from the left, and the other one through 93 from the right. They were savages.
Like I wrestled and I played ball, so that was my shit.
Yeah, it is about that time, homie. You've been slacking over there. Hey, so you're from Hialeah?
I was born in Hialeah, yeah.
Look at this guy.
Yep.
Bro, you took me for like
Born in Hialeah.
South Miami, like you know, Cobra.
No, I wasn't.
Maybe Southwest.
I knew
maybe
some people
something.
that know. I grew up in the north side.
Okay. You're not taking it as a try, right?
No, of course not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Being from South Miami is a lot cooler than Pace.
Shit, all my friends were down south for the most part. Yeah. Miami Lakes and Kendall. That's where I
Okay.
was around.
Okay.
I was the outcast in the North Miami area by myself.
But what part? This is North Miami where? Because North Miami nowadays is, by the way, cheers.
Cheers, bro.
What is this shit? It's a Flor de Gaña, isn't it? Oh my God. Shout out to my Nicas.
So in between 125th and 135th, that area in Biscayne.
Bro, that's hot right now. And when I say hot, it's with lead.
Not so bad.
That's not Miami Gardens?
No.
What's Miami Gardens? Oh. Okay, my bad.
Like maybe a little bit further south than that. Yeah, but that area is not really. That area is not bad.
Okay. Okay, what do you think about Mr. Potato Head?
I think that's a travesty.
I want to touch on a couple of current affair events.
Like that's something we all grew up with, Mr. Potato Head.
But
Like why do away with it? Like Aunt Jemima. Like what the fuck did she do to anybody? Like everything. Like what's so bad?
The Washington Redskins.
Aunt Jemima picked her own logo.
What?
Aunt Jemima was her. Picked her own picture.
No, it's fucking ridiculous.
Like I went to Publix the other day just to see if I could find one, and her face is gone.
If you can find what?
One with her picture on it.
Aunt Jemima?
It's all gone.
It's gone, brother.
It's gone.
Homie, this cancel shit is about nothing.
But the funny thing is, it's only on Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben's, you know, anything like that.
Hey, let me ask you something. Fuck, that might be running. When was the last time you were out, like across seas, for example?
2016.
That's when this guy got elected, Trump.
Right.
Fuck,
roughly around
so
the time.
you weren't there afterwards, because I want to ask you how the fuck do these people talk about us? Because there's so much shit talking. Oh, everybody hated us. Everybody. I don't believe.
No.
I don't believe it for a second.
No, it's not to that extent to where people talk that much shit about us at all. A lot of them are grateful. But the thing was too, I wasn't over there for the most part when he was in office, but he withdrew a lot. He brought a lot of people home. You know, he didn't stir up the fucking hornet's nest like other people did.
Did we beat ISIS with him? Because you know that's his claim on.
He did a lot of stuff to
Eradicate.
to settle them down. You know, the whole thing with Soleimani.
I don't understand. I don't understand how they voted for Biden under the notion that it's a whole different person, this and that. Which, by the way, I agree with Biden. Shout out to Biden for bombing Syria. He fucking finally learned something from the last administration. Shout out to Biden. But what I'm saying is, what the fuck were you beta motherfuckers on the other side that were complaining, saying, why does he have to do this? Within fucking 50 days, you're bombing Syria, just like us. Like, you're such hypocrites. And
Well, he's about to break a record. He hasn't done an actual, you know, he hasn't talked to the public in God knows how many days. He hasn't had any press conferences by himself. That says a lot.
not one. And I'll tell you why. It's because he's a decrepit. And I think he's trying to fucking cover up for the fact that his motor skills
Or deteriorating.
are through the floor.
Yeah.
You know, I have an ongoing fucking joke that I promise you he's going to run the country out of a room in Leon Medical Center. I promise you the biggest decisions in the country are going to be made out of Leon Medical Center. I need a sponsor. Holler back.
Like, I just think
Viejo Sanoso.
I just think in the state that our politics are in, I think that the people's welfare and the state of our country is in the.
Aida. Oye, caballero, no te enamores.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, we got the prize, bro. Do you have the question?
Forget about that.
You gotta fucking know. We're giving away Maluma tickets. By the way, I forgot my sponsor. I'm gonna have to give him an extra
Hit
2
him up.
weeks
Hit him,
now.
hit him up.
Jesus Christ. I was so intimidated by this fucking killer. The fucking sponsor of this whole segment, this whole show is Accident Medical Group. If you crash, don't call those other fucking 1-800. Get the fuck out of here. Accident Medical Group. By the way, Yusuf, that's the most of a commercial I'm gonna do for you, buddy. Needless to say, my dog, Yusuf, at Accident Medical Group is giving away tickets to the Maluma concert in October. All you Anceritas, you motherfuckers, get ready. Are you coming up with a question? I'm going to give you another 2 minutes to come up with the question. Get ready. All of y'all get ready. We're going to do that giveaway in about 2 minutes. Come up with a good question, bro. Don't be, I can't believe I put this on you. Don't worry, Yusuf. We got this. And by the way, Marcos, check your texts. No, fuck you. I'm not. I'm talking with my dog.
But like I was saying before, it's, you know, I became a sergeant very quickly. I climbed through the ranks fast when I was in. And when you're put in a leadership position, your own benefits put to the back. Your soldiers are first. And I think it's the same thing, should be the same thing for the country and politicians. You know, they're elected officials. Anybody that's elected into office, I think, needs to put their own personal shit to the back and worry about
When you say personal shit, what do you mean?
their own pockets, being liked or disliked. You need to do what's best for the country.
Okay, but you're just talking about morally.
Just anything, period.
I mean,
you know what?
'cause-
Like, listen, charity starts at home. We got to take care of home. The United States is home.
That's shit.
We got to take care of our people. That shouldn't be an argument.
Shouldn't be an argument, bro. But that's
You know.
that's what we had with Trump. But you know that's a whole different argument. But
You know, it goes into also, let's say, defunding the police.
fuck that, because I want to be honest with you, dog. I want to say that the majority of the people in Miami do not agree with that notion.
Of course not, but
It's a couple of
it's
outcasters in Wynwood and the cooking the girl like these little hippies. For the most part, everybody here understands the role that the police plays, and yeah, nobody wants authoritative police that overstep their fucking power. But for the most part, I guarantee you that this city, me out of all people, I can tell you that this city, the police force in this city is made up of people that are just like you and I. We're not dealing with the shit north of Orlando.
No, we're South Florida's a melting pot.
100%,
we all coexist with each other, and there's never, you don't see the problems here that you see in other parts of the country.
I gotta say this tribute to my dog Pepe Villete. He tells me this shit all the time, bro.
Love that guy.
He's a savage. I will never take credit. He's told me that every fucking city in this country should use Miami as an example of how to run their fucking law enforcement. Because at the end of the day, we are the only law enforcement, we are the only city in the country whose law enforcement is made up of over 95%, and by the way, it's probably more than that, 95% minorities.
Yeah.
95% minorities. The rest of the fucking country should be fucking looking at us as the blueprint for how you don't defund the police and still fucking make it work.
You see, going into that, I was a tactical hand-to-hand instructor when I was in, so everything from weapons, without weapons, transitions, everything and anything. I wrestled. I started wrestling when I was 11. I have a black belt.
You wrestled?
Yeah.
Gangster.
I have a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Gangster. What?
I have
Black belt?
Yeah. I've been.
You're a killer for real.
I've been around.
You're a killer for real. That's gangster,
the
dog.
the combat game for a bit.
That's fucking gangster.
So
black belt. I mean, you wouldn't fucking joke around with that. Okay.
But no, I definitely wouldn't.
No.
Definitely
Dude,
not.
black belts do not joke around
one of the
about
greatest,
being black
one of the
belt,
greatest
bro.
accomplishments of my life, to be honest with you.
Of course, bro. Listen, and Pepe Villete is also the motherfucker that put me on to that fucking the respect of that game. Like, trust me.
The ears.
I saw that early on, brother.
But
I attributed that to wrestling when you first said it.
Yeah, it just keep going in. But going back into the training, you don't want to take away. You want to train more quarterly training. That's the only way people become proficient and efficient in what they do.
What are you getting at?
Is don't take away. I want to add to make better. When people make these choices, maybe they shouldn't have pulled their primary weapon.
Oh, yes, bro. Thank
Maybe
God
they should have pulled a
fucking saying
taser.
this shit.
Is maybe because they didn't feel comfortable.
Bro, thank God you're saying this shit.
Me and my guys trained people before they left overseas. Training in the military is proficiency to survival. Same thing here. So why am I going to take away from the people that are going to defend me when I'm home sleeping?
No, but I want to emphasize on what you were just saying, because that shit is, and I heard this point so long ago, not so long ago, recently. The real problem within the law enforcement system in America, throughout the country, is that all these, and by the way, I'm not saying what he said, I'm telling you what I heard. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have all these people who are required to qualify for this initial benchmark of what it is to be part of this group.
Of course.
After that, it's, go deal with it. Go make it happen. This is what you're responsible for, yada, yada, yada.
Use your better judgment.
Yeah,
and go from
exactly. And again, just like he mentioned, you're talking about people who every single day of their lives, because, hey, people think that cops is, busting criminals. The majority of these cops, beat cops, people who are out there are dealing with the scum of the fucking earth. People that don't want to pay attention, people who have no respect for you, people who don't have value for life. You come home from 3 days of dealing with that, homie, you're a whole different person. So, in other words, more power to your point is that the real way to train officers, or the real way to tame the situation in terms of how officers deal with situations when they're put in them, is to continuously put them through training that, you know,
training is key.
that reminds them of, yo, listen,
Training
this is
is
not
key.
real life. This is not your life. You're dealing with an outside,
Exactly.
an external source, an external force that, you know, you shouldn't let this affect you.
The best way that you're going to be comfortable is being uncomfortable. If I get comfortable being uncomfortable, hey, that's most of the battle won right there.
And what he means by that is that you obviously, what I would assume is that becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable is becoming aware of it, right?
Of course.
And that's where the fucking training comes in,
The
where it's
constant
like, yo,
training, there's sometimes you're going to have to physically put hands on somebody.
of course.
But there's a right and a wrong way to do it. You know, a lot of people say, oh, well, you're very highly trained because of the stuff you did in the military. Yes, I'm a rare exception that I can move my way around the human body very well. I know what you're going to do before you do it. Not everybody's like that. Still, training. Like I've trained a lot of people when it comes to home defense and things like that. And a lot of people buy a weapon, but then they're scared to use it. I go, you know what? Repetition is what's gonna put that fear to bed. I have to go to the range 3 times a week.
Bro, listen to me.
Get used to shooting that. Get used to the recoil of that weapon.
Stand in the fucking mirror. Stand in the fucking mirror. And draw your fucking, I mean, obviously not loaded and shit, but you go through those real life situations, bro. It's the only way you actually get better at it.
You have to.
Otherwise, you're that fucking mook that thought, oh, yeah, because I bought a gun or because, oh, this is. You're just sitting there with that fucking, you have no experience in it.
No, you can't. It won't work that way. People think that, oh, because I buy it, I'm going to use it when I have to. That's one of the biggest misconceptions ever. Ever. Listen, pointing a weapon at somebody and actually squeezing the trigger, that's a life-altering situation. Life-altering.
You should never even want to be in it.
You should never. No, absolutely not. You should never want to be in it. So when you go down that road and people, for home defense, you want to conceal carry, whatever. If you have that thing on you, you better be prepared to use it. Like I've always told people that I've trained in the past, if you take it out, I'm not showing it for force. It's because I feel my life is in danger, my family life's in danger, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to eliminate the threat. I'm going to holster it back, and I'm going to call 911.
And then smoke a cigar.
And wait for them to show up. Listen, here, officer, here's my weapon. It's unloaded, taken apart. Here you go. This is what happened. Done.
You ever shot somebody?
I've been overseas.
Yeah. Nice. Not nice that you did that, but fuck. That's crazy that you were in that experience. Like,
I'll never forget the first time.
the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, the day you pop your cherry, you never forget it.
Fuck. Have you ever saved a life?
I can't really say that I have or haven't. I don't know what situations could have spun off, if not. But no, I can't really say that I have. You know, I've saved myself from certain situations.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, a couple weeks before I came back from the first time I went over, detained a couple people, and as we're, going about our business, you sense things, you sense talk, and hey, this is they're saying X, Y, Z, and yada yada yada. Be careful. And yeah, I was almost assaulted by somebody I detained, and thank God that I had my wits end and I defended myself accordingly from that point on.
You can't elaborate on how you defended yourself?
No. No, definitely didn't. It was a very hands-on situation.
Hey, can you give me another one? What? Oh, the question. Fuck, we haven't done it. The Maluma. Fuck.
Keep
Okay.
forgetting.
You want to make it a couple parts,
Right.
right?
I get fucking more interested as the conversation goes.
Of course. You want to make it a couple parts.
We're about to get into murky motherfuckers. I almost got him to slip up, no? All right, give me the question.
It's 2 parts.
Hurry up, bro.
How many weeks was Maluma in the top 100 artists, and what were his top 3 songs?
It's your responsibility to look the shit.
I have it.
Look at the winner.
I have it already.
To look at the winner.
I have it already.
What's the question? How many weeks?
How many weeks was Maluma in the top 100 artists, and what were his top 3 songs?
All right, so listen. In order to win the tickets for the Maluma concert, brought to you by Accident Medical Group, you gotta type into the live chat. How many weeks was Maluma in the top 100 artists? And what were his top 3 songs? How many weeks was Maluma in the top 100 artists chart? And what 3 songs was it? Start typing that shit.
Top 3 songs.
You got the fucking Maluma tickets. You fucking banceros. I can't believe there's people that want those tickets.
I'm good.
The Maluma ticket. Hey, I promise you, I could not recite one fucking Maluma lyric. I'm sorry, Yusuf. It tells me these motherfuckers answering don't care.
Not in a bad way, you're still talking about some old school hip hop, Biggie, Tupac, the classics, and that's a different story.
What music do you like?
Oh, I like old school, bro. Old school hip hop, Wu-Tang, Tupac, Biggie, the classics. That's what I'm into.
Would you listen to music out there?
Oh, all the time. That's your piece.
For real?
Yeah.
And what would you listen to?
Well, I mean,
Did it depend? Obviously, it depended.
Yeah, it depended. But like, if you're going out and
Going ham.
yeah, I'm 5 Finger Death Punch, Disturbed, Metallica.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
real.
hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So all right, so that's dope because look, recently got in a relationship and homegirl got me back into powerlifting.
Good shit.
Yeah, dope. And
No, you're strong as fuck, man. I see you lift all the time, man. That's good shit.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. But bro, one thing I can't, and I'm a fiend for all these little documentaries about powerlifting, but bro, it doesn't fail. Every fucking documentary you see, every boxer, every fucking gym they're in, bro, that fucking heavy golf, all that shit, Metallica. Man, I've never found like that. I think it might be age also. I might have missed it by like two years. I swear to God. I think I missed it by like 2 years.
It might be. Like for me, I'm very calm when I listen to it. But
Bro,
if
you guys listen.
you need it, you need it.
All my boys, listen, Pepe is one of them. All my boys, all my older boys, when they gotta get in on it, dog, they go, yo, nah. And the thing is, what I've noticed is that y'all pick up on different parts of the beats, like different shit where I'm just hearing fucking noise. In other words, you're picking up on like the drops on where I would have. That's how I pick up on a Drake song. That's what I got.
Like the songs I would pick
soft
for
as the
like
songs
when
sound.
I would fight my walking into the cage songs when I was in.
You fought?
Yeah.
You fought?
Yeah. I
Get
fought
the
for the
fuck
army
outta
and then
here.
I fought when I was in Texas. Yeah.
You fought for the army?
Oh, we have
Get
something
the
called
fuck outta
something
here.
called the Combatives program, which I was an
Bro,
instructor.
if you would have let
we-
me, I was gonna take another 2 or 3 minute segue into the ending of this. If you'd have let me end this without hearing about a fucking fight league in the Army, dog.
Well, it was it's like a graduated set of rules, but you know, we our team we had 3 All-Army titles. I had
Who do you compete against?
it's other teams in the Army.
Okay.
You know, but it's open to every branch.
What?
So if a different branch wanted to get a team together or participate, they could.
What? It's like Lionheart inside of the Army.
Yeah, pretty much. The year I got out, I was I took second as a heavyweight, but I was the lightest heavyweight in the division. I was 219.
And it's straight MMA?
Well, the first day is
You said there's certain...
yeah. The first day is it's a graduated set of rules, so it gets harder as it's 3 days. So the first day it's nothing but submission grappling.
Dope. Oh, you motherfuckers
So
listening to shit.
the first day it's wrestling, jiu-jitsu, judo, submission stuff.
The
like
first
that.
what?
The first day. You get past that. The second day is Pancration rules. So it's open hands to the face, kicks to the head, close to the body, and I could kick anywhere. And then the third day is MMA. You're in the cage, but you have your pants on and you have like your team shirt. So it's a little bit
What
more.
was the attire before that?
Before that, you're still you're in full uniform the whole time.
Gi?
Not in gi, but in your combat uniform.
What's that?
Your regular.
Oh,
daily
no,
uniform.
combat. I
Yeah.
mean, my bad. I swear to God, as you're telling this, con la nota, I'm thinking Street Fighter,
No,
an Asian island where they invited all you
You have
motherfuckers. I swear
you
to
have
God.
your pants. You have your.
This shit is
You
dope.
have uniform pants and your top on, and then your team shirt underneath. It's your top is open. You know, zippers are like taped, stuff like that, and yeah, you just go from there.
That's fucking insane. All right, so first round, I think I got it. If I got it right, it's almost like only grappling. First round,
That's it. Submission grappling. You know, you either win by points or by submission.
and then second.
Second day,
I already know what you're talking about.
If
That
you're
this
in
is
the-
what Gracie used to do.
if you're in the winner's bracket and
He
you're
used to
still
bitch
winning,
slap you.
you go into the Pancration day. Now you're getting into striking. If you win, then that day,
But in
Yeah.
Pancration, it's only open hand
slap
slaps to the face.
and I could close to the body, and I could kick anywhere I want. And then the third day is full MMA. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
motherfucker.
it's 3 days.
You know, yeah. That's Mortal Kombat, bitch.
So the All Army is the biggest tournament of the Army, and normally
What's it called?
the All Army tournament,
All Army.
All Army Combatives Championship.
Bro, you understand? I'm gonna go into a wormhole in this shit.
So
when
we-
you leave this shit, I'm gonna go into a wormhole on YouTube. Volame.
So every installation they have their own tournament first, and the winners of each weight class, that what constitutes the team. I'll take one here. And then they get their teams together, and then normally they take about 3 months of training to prepare to go to the All Army tournament. It's bragging rights. It's a big deal. At least when I got out, it was. Right now, it's not as.
And how do you qualify for shit? Like, are you so? There's 50 motherfuckers, 45 get deployed to Afghanistan, and then 5.
Well, no. Like if
I'm just asking.
the tournament comes out, and then like I was very fortunate enough to. I was very good at what I did. So my boss, which is also a very good friend of mine still now, we were responsible. There was like 6 of us that built the program in Fort Hood back in the days.
Yeah.
So
Fort Hood, Texas.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So that same year, we won the championship 2010, 11, and 12. We won it 3 years in a row, the all-over title. And in 2010, I placed in the top 3 at 185. And then 2012, when I got out, I took second at heavyweight.
Yo, what heavyweight is what?
There's no weight limit. It's unlimited.
It's 2, but after what?
It's pretty much anything over 206. So I was 219.
How tall are you? You're a tall
6'3".
motherfucker, dog.
6'3". So then
I saw you coming. Because, by the way, I told him the second he got here, I go, a bunch of people have been asking me, wait, who's that fucking gorilla? Who's that gorilla that you have on your podcast today, bro? And I'm like, I mean, look, you know, I'm a pretty broad dude, bro, you know.
just a normal guy, man.
I'm a broad dude, so for the most part, I'm like, okay, whatever. When Buddy got off his truck today to come, I'm like, coño, este tipo es tremendo gorila, ¿no? I swear to God. Buddy's 6'3". So you were at 206.
I was
6'3"?
I was cutting down to to fight 205, and then one of our heavyweights blew out his back the week of. So they were
you get to eat.
They were like, listen,
You get to eat.
we need you up there because you're the only one that could get to the finals at heavyweight. You know.
So you came up from the fucking
I was down to like 210 with like 4 days before weigh-ins. I got up to 219.9. I was the lightest heavyweight. So the biggest two guys in the tournament was...
Yo, hold up. You shot up fucking 20 pounds?
No, 9.
Okay. I thought you had to be at 20...
Well, I had to be at 206.
Uh-huh. And you shot up 219?
And I was at 210. I was still cutting.
Got you.
So I had...
Got you. You shot up
I had a few
9
days.
from 210.
Yeah.
Got you.
And I was like, all right, fuck it, man. Let's do it. So then I got...
You won that shit?
Well, I placed second. And by that last day, dude, I was so dead tired, man.
Gassed.
Well, I mean, not even gas, man. I have great cardio. Like, I'm 6'3", 230, but
With the weight?
I could run 6-minute miles.
The weight?
Well, yeah, you're giving up a lot of weight. You know, like the first day I fought 4 or 5 times. I subbed like 4 of them. I beat 1 by points. Then the second day was a guy named Kincaid. And it was funny. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. I hope he's on my bracket. It's this dude that was 7'2",
You're the perfect motherfucker.
340.
You already got to be cooked.
He was 7'2", 340. 7'2", 340.
Okay.
So he was way taller than me.
Was
way
he,
bigger.
was he a gimmicky fighter? Like,
No, just he was one of the guys that if he got a hold of you,
done. Yeah.
you were done.
Like what's the K1?
Yeah, like just because of size. So
Habit.
I'll show you the clip. We start off, man. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna set the tone. So I came up and I slapped the shit out of him, just straight up, wham. And I was like, all right, now shit's gonna get interesting. I hit him a couple times. I kicked him a couple times. He got a hold of me. We ended up on the ground. And the Pancration rounds are 10-minute rounds. You're fighting for 10 minutes straight, no stopping.
Oh, yeah, slaps. Well, I mean, more than that slaps. But to the face, it's only overhand slaps, body, close.
Yeah. So I got a couple good leg kicks in. He got a hold.
Can you take to the ground?
Yeah, no, we ended up on the ground. And he always
It's
finishes.
full MMA, just slaps to the
Yeah.
face. And okay.
So that was the second day. He always finished everybody by smothering them. Well, because of my jiu-jitsu, I ended up popping his elbow. I beat him.
Yee!
About 4.5 minutes in. It was insane because nobody
else with jiu-jitsu?
Nobody really ever done that to him.
Holla back.
Nobody had ever done that to him. And like it was
Nobody was 7'2", right?
no,
Carlos? No?
not that as big as him.
No, I'm saying, I'm telling him that this guy was 7'2".
Yeah, he was a big dude.
Motherfucker. You know how hard it is to pop a bone on a 7'2" motherfucker, dog?
And then the third day there was they called the dude Mighty Joe Young. He was 5'11", 330. No neck.
Did like a Tarzan?
Like, the dude had no neck.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Okay, Mighty Joe Young.
just yeah.
Okay.
And like it ended in the second period, and in the second round. But it was just like, man, I'm done. Fuck.
And how do you feel about MMA today? Who
I
your
mean,
peoples, dog?
I still love it. Like I was blessed to come up in it in a different time. Like Tim Kennedy is a good friend of mine, you know. So I trained with him a lot, you know, coming through. When I was in high school, I used to go to a camp named Jay Robinson's Intensive 28 Day.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar was my coach there
Get the fuck out.
when he wrestled for University of Minnesota.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fucking
Well, as a
that's
matter,
fresh as fuck.
the cool thing is, we had a picture together, and when he fought The Rock at WrestleMania, they did the commercial for it down here, and one of my parents' neighbors was like, "You want to go?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Hell yeah.
So I took the picture, and he was like, "Holy shit!" So he signed it for me. I still have it.
That's dope.
You know, he's a good dude, man. Very good dude. You know, a lot of people think he's an asshole, but that's his character, man. He's a very serious guy. Brock.
Oh, come on, man.
You know.
He's an actor.
Yeah.
We got a winner.
Who's the fucking winner, man?
Jack
Jack Balayla.
43 weeks.
Is that Jack Balayla, you mean?
Balayla.
Jack Balayla is the winner. Balayla. Jack Balayla is the winner to the Maluma concert tickets. Hey, can you guys put an effort into getting this guy's personal information?
43 weeks. Chantaje, felices los cuatro, en borro, gacete.
Yeah, I don't care about the answer. Jack Balayla got it? All righty then, buddy. Or, hey, Jack, send us a message confirming your information so we can give you these fucking tickets. Brother, you've been an animal.
It was fun, man. When I was in, then I tried to keep it up when I got out, and it gets more difficult, but it's cool, man.
And let me ask you something. You would never try to do MMA nowadays?
Man, being, I'm older now. The body doesn't, I've maintained myself in very good shape, but it's the young man's thing. You know what I'm saying? You have certain,
Every fucking sport is a young man's.
you have financial responsibilities, and you have to dedicate a lot of time to it. It's your life. You're doing 3 a days. Your diet has to be on point, and sometimes you'll get ready for a fight and it goes through the cracks.
I just think it's how efficient people are. I mean, by the way, I'm just talking. I was speculating, but I feel like people are so they specialize in certain arts so nasty now that, bro, if you're not, number one, if you don't have some kind of base in either wrestling or jiu-jitsu, either the fight was put for you because, they put brawlers versus brawlers. But if you don't have a base in one of those, you're going to get murked.
You have to.
You're going to get murked.
Wrestling's probably the best base you could have.
By far.
By far.
By far, because you can defend yourself against everybody.
It brings the tenacity. Normally wrestlers have a gas tank.
And you're the only, bro, listen, you're the only one that can survive against jiu-jitsu.
And you know what? And when it comes to actual striking, that changes the game completely in itself. Because now the gloves, that's a big thing you have to deal with too. Yeah, it's not just like regular competition. Now it's fighting. It's entirely different.
Dude, so genuinely, and I fought a lot growing up. It's just regular fucking street fighting. In the last 7 years, the scariest thing to me is jiu-jitsu. I walk around with a different respect because any motherfucker you come across might know jiu-jitsu. And brother, and you know more than anybody that jiu-jitsu is it's a defensive, like
normally
you can fall. You attacking me, you're falling into it.
Like anybody legit that is respectful in it, you're never gonna have problems with that type of person. It's the last person you want to have problems with.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And it's the last person you want to attack.
Never.
Attack.
Exactly.
Because listen, typically you're good with a jiu-jitsu person unless they're like a fucking hothead motherfucker that learned it to be the dickhead.
And honestly, you don't see that too often.
Don't.
Because normally when they go to a school and they act like that,
they learn
immediately that
it's about more than that.
It doesn't work that way. When you do it when you're out of control,
you learn more about yourself.
Yeah, you learn a lot about yourself.
100%, dog.
That's why I said earlier, you need to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yes.
And it transfers to life. Like when you're under those stressful situations, you have to find a happy place. And I've always maintained that, and you could see on my Instagram that I like to be very, very positive and uplifting, no matter what I'm going through personally. One, it helps me keep going. Two, if I could help somebody else get out of some shit themselves mentally, fuck, man, I like to see that. Yeah. People were messaging me. They're like, "Hey, man, thank you for posting that today," because I was thinking some type of way, and now I'm thinking a little bit differently. So it all beats together.
I very rarely in my life have come across a person who is highly educated in jiu-jitsu and is aggressive naturally.
Yeah, no.
In order to get to that level, you have to learn. There's insight about yourself that comes with gaining that degree in the martial art. Meaning that you can get told a couple things. You can be confronted with a couple situations and not necessarily fucking act on them.
Why?
Exactly. There's no benefit to you.
Nope.
But that's what that does for you. Needless to say, if you come across a motherfucker with a black belt and you make the dire mistake of, being the first aggressor, because in my opinion, that's the worst mistake against a black belt, any jiu-jitsu motherfucker, period. If you're the first one to make the move, that's it, bro. Like, you're already at a disadvantage, That is the thing that most scared me in the last 7 years, period. It's like, yo, talk. You catch the wrong motherfucker on the wrong day, and before you know it, you're in a guillotine in the middle of a bar,
and the thing
in the
is,
middle of Coral Gables, looking like a duck.
And it doesn't have to be somebody that looks like me.
No, it's a chamaquito
It could be-
that knows leverage.
It's a leverage game.
It's a leverage game. Un chamaquito that knows leverage.
Strength helps, but it's leverage. And let me tell you what, I know people that you'll never suspect that practice because their ears don't look like mine.
Telling you, bro.
But
exactly, dog.
They'll get somebody my size that acts up, and they'll get them to act right real quick.
Exactly. Hey, what are these comments all about, bro? We're about to sign off this motherfucker. Well, what's it? These responses are un arroz con mango. 40.
Well, because they have no idea what we're talking about.
No, they're talking about the response. Everybody else's responses.
No,
Everybody's been on point with our shit.
no.
I've seen the fucking comments about this shit. Oh yeah, man. Let me ask you something. Are you planning on going back out?
No,
right?
No. We talked about what
That will
I'm
kill you.
going in right
That
now.
will kill you.
I mean, there was a time that I did, but I couldn't now.
Cause you fucking have an itch.
I mean, that issue's always there. You know what I mean? When I first got here, we talked about what I'm in the middle of getting into, and as you get older, your aspect and your things in life change.
I think
priorities change.
100%. From the conversation that we had when you got here, and I feel like that's, I would hope that that's what the coming generations of veterans would, come to the conclusion of, is that, bro, you do your bid, you do whatever you want to do, you serve whatever time it is, but you get out of there and go apply all the skills you fucking learn.
You see, like my biggest
to a
thing,
private industry.
my biggest thing of advice to people coming out now, if anybody's listening or they want to spread the word,
Absolutely. Put the camera on them.
First off, if you're going to get out, already have an idea of what you want to do. If you want to use your GI Bill, go to school, know what you're going to do. Don't come out without a plan. Don't come out in a hurry because you might be disgruntled or because you're tired of being in. Be smart. Come out with a plan.
Put in the grind.
And the same thing I tell people that are going in that ask me, they're like, oh, what should I do? I'm like, listen, life isn't always about doing the gun-ho shit. You know what? Yeah, you watch movies, you see shit, this, that, and the other. But you know what? The day you come out, you have to transfer it to normal life. You know what? So do something that is going to help you progress as a person when you come out. Something in the IT world. Right now, everything's about computers.
Fuck yes.
IT, technology, communications, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
automation is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Automation is coming. You better figure it out. But automation is coming. I don't give a fuck what job you get. Turn your wheels because automation is coming and there's a big metallic box that's coming for your job. Yes, that means you too, realtors.
Like we're to the point where it's brain over brawn. even though brawn is extremely necessary, because at the end of the day, guess what? There's things that the IT guys and the tech guys aren't going to be able to do without the guys on the ground. It's inevitable. You know, without the guys in the special operations world, you know, the special forces, the Rangers, the SEALs, you know, those guys, there's very few and far between. But then again, you also have to have the guys on the backside, the IT guys, the technology guys.
It's yin to the yang, bro.
Exactly.
Yin to the yang.
Exactly.
There's never, that shit will never change. As long as there's fucking crying, there is laughing. I promise you, one way or the other.
As fast as technology is expanding and it's going, you know, that's what I tell people going in now. Be smart with what you do. You know, if you're going to be a medic, be a medic, you know, but do it to as far as you can. If you come out, you know, shit, be a PA, do something like that. If you're into technology, you know, learn how to fly drones.
Fuck yeah.
You know,
specialize. I think that's what you're getting at.
Exactly. Get into
specialize.
Get into special technical.
Because that's one thing I learned. And by the way, he's talking in a whole different spectrum in terms of specializing. But I would dare say, you know, given what I know, specialize in something, whatever the fuck it is. Don't be just a general motherfucker doing something. Specialize in something.
Exactly.
Otherwise, your job is going to be obsolete, bro. They're going to find a robot that's going to do your shit for much cheaper, and you're going to be left in the dirt. I'm telling you.
That's it.
Brother, thank you so much for coming through.
Always, bro. Always, man.
You were a fucking gorilla. Real shit.
Very happy
Tell
to be
them
here.
where to follow you one more time on the gram.
JRey _444. Hit me up there.
You already know. And stay out of his inbox, bro, because his lady's going to throw bows, all right? Stay out of his inbox.
She will. She don't fuck around.
Oh, hey, one more shout out to our sponsor, Accident Medical Group. Y'all better enjoy that fucking concert, you fucking wajitos. Hollow back, straight from the horse's mouth.
Para de comer tanta mierda. Enferma. Salvaje, me convertí en un salvaje, salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje. Me convertí en un salvaje.